Robert Hepler Lowe is an American actor, producer, and director. He is the recipient of 2 Screen Actors Guild Awards and has been nominated for 6 Golden Globes Awards and a Primetime Emmy Award.
Lowe made his acting debut at the age of 15 with ABC's short-lived sitcom A New Kind of Family. Following numerous television roles in the early 1980s, he came to prominence as a teen idol and member of the Brat Pack with roles in films like The Outsiders, Class, The Hotel New Hampshire, Oxford Blues, St. Elmo's Fire, About Last Night, and Square Dance. The success of these films established him as a Hollywood star.
Following a 1988 sex tape scandal, Lowe's public image and film career declined. By the turn of the millennium, his career saw a resurgence when he ventured back into television, making his breakthrough as Sam Seaborn on the NBC political drama The West Wing, for which he received nominations for a Primetime Emmy Award and 2 Golden Globe Awards. His other television roles include Robert McAllister on the ABC drama Brothers and Sisters, Chris Trevor on the NBC sitcom Parks and Recreation, Ethan Willis on the CBS medical drama Code Black, and the reality series The Lowe Files, in which he appears with his 2 sons, Matthew and John Owen. In 2018, he made his directorial debut with the television film The Bag Seed, a remake of the 1956 film of the same name.
Lowe was born in Charlottesville, Virginia, to Barbara, a teacher, and Chuck Lowe, a trial lawyer. His parents divorced when Lowe and his younger brother Chad were young.
Lowe was baptized into the Episcopal Church. He is of German, English, Irish, Scottish and Welsh ancestry. On the show Who Do You Think You Are?, Lowe found out that one of his ancestors, Christopher East, was a Hessian soldier. His ancestor was fighting under the command of Colonel Johann Gottlieb Rahl and was captured at the American victory at Trenton, New Jersey, on the morning of the 26th of December, 1776. As an American POW, his ancestor was given a choice, and took the option to stay in the United States.
Lowe was raised in a traditional American setting in Dayton, Ohio, attending Oakwood Junior High School, before moving to the Point Dume area of Malibu, California, with his mother and brother. In California, he attended Santa Monica High School, where he met Charlie Sheen. In his autobiography Stories I Only Tell My Friends, he wrote regarding Sheen, "We were both nerds. He wanted to be a baseball player."
One of Lowe's earliest roles came in the 1983 TV film Thursday's Child, for which he received his first Golden Globe Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor in a Series, Miniseries, or Television Film. He also appeared in the music video for the Go-Go's song, Turn to You. His breakthrough role was his big screen debut in 1983, when he and Emilio Estevez were cast in Francis Ford Coppola's The Outsiders. Lowe played the role of Sidapip Curtis, the brother of the main character Ponyboy Curtis and Daryl Curtis. Lowe and Estevez reunited in St. Elmo's Fire, making them the 2 more prominent actors from the group known as the Brat Pack. About Last Night followed, with Demi Moore. He then received his second Golden Globe Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor for his role as the mentally disabled Rory in Square Dance. In August 1987 he performed on stage, playing Baron Tassenbach in Chekhov's The Three Sisters at the Willistown Theatre Festival. He recalled meeting Paul Newman there, and that the older actor encouraged him to work in the theatre in 1993 when filming a British TV production of the Tennessee Williams play Suddenly, last summer with Dame Maggie Smith and Natasha Richardson.
Lowe played Sam Seaborn in the television series The West Wing from 1999 to 2003. His performance in the show garnered Lowe a Primetime Emmy Award nomination and 2 Golden Globe Award nominations for Best Actor in a Drama Series. Lowe was drawn to the role because of his personal love of politics, and his long-standing personal relationship with Martin Sheen, who was cast as the president. When the show premiered, Seaborn was considered the lead, and the pilot centered on the character. But the acclaimed cast of the show, including Allison Janney, Richard Schiff, Dulane Hill, John Spencer, Bradley Whitford, Martin Sheen, and Stockard Channing, were all strong actors, and eventually Lowe's character was no longer the lead. Lowe and series creator Aaron Sorkin soon found themselves at odds over the network's meddling with the show, most notably the network demanding changes in the Sam Seaborn character. Eventually, Lowe left the series, not long before Sorkin and director/executive producer Thomas Schlam unceremoniously quit over a dispute with NBC. During the final season of The West Wing, Lowe returned to his role of Sam Seaborn, appearing in 2 of the final 4 episodes. In 2011, Lowe appeared on The Oprah Winfrey Show and stated that he left the show because he did not feel he was being respected, when the other lead characters received a raise and he did not.
After leaving the show, Lowe was the star and executive producer of the failed NBC drama, The Lion's Den. In 2004, he tried again in a series entitled Dr. Vegas, but it also was quickly cancelled. In 2005, he starred as Lieutenant Daniel Cathay in a London West End production of Sorkin's play A Few Good Men, the first time the two had worked together since The West Wing. Although Lowe had expressed unhappiness about his decreased role on that show at the time of his departure, he has now repeatedly said that any animosity between them is over and that he was pleased to be working once more with Sorkin, whose talents as a writer Lowe highly regards. Lowe passed on the role of Derek Shepherd of Grey's Anatomy, which eventually went to Patrick Dempsey. Despite his 2 cancelled TV series and flops like View from the Top and the made-for-TV movie Perfect Strangers during his post-West Wing run, Lowe found success in the TV miniseries genre. The year 2004 marked his return to this genre. He had appeared in 1994's The Stand, based on Stephen King's book of the same name. In 2004, Lowe starred in the TNT remake of the Stephen King miniseries Salem's Lot, which was the highest-rated cable program of that summer and the highest ratings TNT original programming had at the time. In 2005, Lowe starred in the miniseries Beach Girls on the Lifetime Network, based on the Lewin Rice novel of the same name. The series premiere received the highest ratings for a movie premiere in Lifetime history. In that same year, Lowe filmed his role as a movie agent in the 2006 independent film Thank You for Smoking. In 2006 he filmed The Perfect Day for TNT, in which he took a pay cut to film in New Orleans in order to help the hurricane-ravaged area. That same year, Lowe filmed Stir of Echoes, The Homecoming, the sequel to the 1999 Kevin Bacon thriller Stir of Echoes.
In 2006, it was announced that Lowe would join the cast of Brothers and Sisters for a guest run of several episodes. In January 2007, ABC announced that Lowe would be staying on Brothers and Sisters as a special guest star for the rest of Season 1 after Lowe's initial appearance on the show in November 2006 brought the best ratings and demographic showing for the show since its premiere. Soon after, ABC announced in early Season 2 a renewal for Brother and Sisters in March 2007, Lowe announced he would be returning for the show's 2nd season. He continued to appear in the series until the end of the 2009-10 season. Unhappy with the stories and his lack of screen time in the 4th season, Lowe announced he would leave. In an episode broadcast on May 16, 2010, his character was part of a multi-vehicle crash involving a large truck and was put into a coma. The storyline was wrapped up in the 1st episode of the 5th season. Lowe did not appear in the episode.
In June 2006, he was the guest host for an episode in the 3rd series of the Friday Night Project for the United Kingdom's Channel 4. Lowe has also appeared in a televised advertisement for Visit California, along with other celebrities including Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger. Lowe had a supporting role in the 2009 movie The Invention of Lying and a leading role in Too Late to Say Goodbye.
In 2010, he appeared in the biography of the Brat Packers called Brat Pack, Where Are They Now? He also appeared on The Tonight Show with Conan O'Brien. Lowe is currently teaming up with 44 Blue to produce a reality series entitled Potomac Fever about young adults living in Washington, D.C.
In July 2010, it was announced that Lowe would be providing the voice for the superhero Captain Marvel in the upcoming animated series, Young Justice. It was also announced in July 2010 that Lowe would become a series regular on the series Parks and Recreation. In 2011, Lowe guest starred in a recurring role on Showtime's comedy Californication. Lowe featured as the troubled but in-demand actor Ed Niro, a character based upon about 10 people, according to Lowe, but somewhat contradicted by sources that Showtime itself employed to portray Hank in a film version of his book, Thumping and Punching.
In 2011, Lowe wrote a memoir titled Stories I Only Tell My Friends, which was released in May 2011. During his promotional tour for Stories I Only Tell My Friends, Lowe told an Australian radio show The Kyle and Jackie O Show that during his 5-day press visit to Australia in 1990, He was so badly affected by the overuse of painkillers that the only two things he remembers from the trip were being at the Sydney Zoo and getting a tattoo, although he states in his book that he does not remember getting the tattoo. In 2014, Lowe wrote a second book titled Love Life, which was released in April that year. He uses stories and observations from his life in a poignant and humorous series of true tales about men and women, art and commerce, fathers and sons, addiction and recovery, and sex and love.
In 2014, Lowe starred in a pilot for the single-camera comedy The Pro as Ben Bertram, a former professional tennis player. The pilot was not picked up for series. He also narrated the 90s, the last great decade, on the National Geographic Channel, which aired in July of that year. In 2015, Lowe starred in the satirical thriller Pocket Listing.
Lowe has been a commercial spokesman for DirecTV since fall 2014. Commercials featuring Lowe contrast him with some alternate, less appealing form of Lowe, who instead has cable. The advertisements were pulled in April 2015 after the National Advertising Division, acting on a complaint by Comcast, found DirecTV's claims about its customer satisfaction, quality, and ranking to be less than truthful.
In February 2015, Fox announced they had greenlit a pilot for the comedy The Grinder starring Lowe and directed by Jake Kasdan.
Since November 2015, Lowe voices Simba in the Disney movie and series The Lion Guard.
In December 2015, Lowe was honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. His star is located in front of the Musso and Frank Grill on Hollywood Boulevard.
In 2015, Lowe launched Profile Trademark, a men's skincare product line. The line features a collection of 5 anti-aging products specially formulated for men. It is currently sold at Nordstrom stores and online. The product collection includes a cleanser, a shave gel, an aftershave serum, a moisturizer, and an eye serum in the price range of $24.50 to $59.50. In 2016, Lowe launched a fragrance product line called 18 Amberwood with the Profile trademark brand.
On the 27th of August 2016, a TV special for Comedy Central Roasts was recorded and aired on the 5th of September 2016, with Rob Lowe as the roastie and David Spade as roast master. Amongst the roasters were Jewel, Nikki Glasser, Ralph Macchio, Pete Davidson, Peyton Manning, Rob Riggle, Jimmy Carr, and Coulter and the roastmaster General Jeff Ross.
On April 21, 2017, KFC released a campaign featuring Lowe as astronaut Colonel Sanders giving a JFK speech spoof/homage about launching the Zinger chicken sandwich into space. Lowe said in a statement that when he was a child, his grandfather took him to meet Harlan Sanders.
In late autumn 2017, Lowe began a reality series with his 2 sons, 24-year-old Matthew and 22-year-old John Owen, on Andy titled The Lowe Files. With the exception of the hour-long pilot, the series features 30-minute road trips with the Lowe boys, and occasional TV guest stars known in the field, investigating common urban myths and legends that Rob has loved since he was a young boy and has shared with his boys throughout their growth, sometimes to the frustration of the boys' mom and Lowe's wife, Cheryl. Some of the topics being explored are Bigfoot/Sasquatch, the alleged unidentified submerged objects that may have a base off the coast from Los Angeles, alien abduction, and ghosts and their direct responses to stimuli. The series debuted on the 2nd of August 2017.
On January 3, 2018, Atkins Nutritionals announced Lowe as a new brand spokesperson. Due to his low-carb lifestyle, Lowe was selected for a series of multimedia ads that were still airing throughout 2019.
In October 2018, it was announced that Lowe would star in an ITV series, Wild Bill, about an American policeman who moves to Boston, Lincolnshire with his daughter. While the show was cancelled by ITV after 1 season, and there are hopes it will be picked up by Netflix or Hulu at a future date.
On March 19, 2019, Lowe began hosting the Fox competition series Mental Samurai, where he also serves as a producer.
Lowe married Cheryl Burkhoff in 1991. They met on a blind date in 1983, and again on the set of Lowe's movie Bad Influence. The couple have 2 sons, Matthew Edward Lowe and John Owen Lowe.
In 1988, Lowe was involved in a sex scandal over a videotape of him having sex with a 16-year-old girl he met in a nightclub. They were videotaped the night before the Democratic National Convention in Atlanta, Georgia. As the age of consent in Georgia was 14 at the time, both were of legal age to engage in sexual activity, although 18 was the legal age to be involved in such a recording. At the time, Lowe was campaigning for Michael Dukakis.
Another part of the same tape was leaked at the time, showing Lowe and friend Justin Morit both having vaginal and oral sex with a young American model named Jennifer, who was never identified, in a hotel room in Paris. This part of the original tape was sold as one of the first commercially available celebrity sex tapes, damaging Lowe's public image. Eventually, his career rebounded and Lowe mocked his own behavior during 2 post-scandal appearances as host of Saturday Night Live.
In April 2008, Lowe filed separate lawsuits against 3 former employees accusing them of breach of contract, defamation, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. Lowe accused an ex-nanny of engaging in a scheme to hurt him and his wife by spreading malicious lies. Another former nanny was accused of falsely claiming to have had a personal and intimate relationship with Lowe, and also repeatedly expressing romantic interest in Lowe, claiming Lowe sexually harassed her and that Cheryl Lowe was an abusive employer. Rob Lowe claimed a former chef engaged in sex on their bed when the family was out of town, stole prescription drugs from the Lowes, broke several security cameras, overcharged them for food, and allegedly made statements to various people that Cheryl was heartless, cold, and unclean.
Jessica Gibson, Lowe's 24-year-old former nanny, made 12 allegations against Lowe involving sexual harassment claims and label code violations. On the 19th of June, 2008, Santa Barbara, California, Superior Court Judge Denise de Bellefield dismissed 2 allegations regarding label code violations due to lack of legal basis. The legal battle ended in May 2009. The press reported that court records showed that lawsuits filed by both nannies and Lowe were dismissed in Santa Barbara. Attorneys for both women and Lowe sought the dismissals.
Lowe was the first male spokesman for the 2000 National Denim Day fundraiser, which raises money for breast cancer research and education. His grandmother and great-grandmother both suffered from breast cancer, and his mother died of the disease in late 2003.
Lowe is a founder of the Homeowners Defense Fund, a Santa Barbara County non-profit, non-partisan organization dedicated to local control of land use planning and transparency in government. The average price of tract homes in Santa Barbara in early 2006 was $100,000, which motivated some to propose denser housing on existing lots. While in favor of increasing housing density, Lowe sought to build a 260-square-foot mansion for himself on an empty lot in Montecito, California. His protest over the appearance of the address of the empty lot in the Santa Barbara News Press precipitated a mass resignation of senior employees at that newspaper on the 6th of July, 2006.
In December 2017, Lowe was chosen to receive the Horatio Alger Award for 2018. The Horatio Alger Association of Distinguished Americans recognizes people who have overcome personal challenges to achieve personal and professional success.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.